Those of you who've already got kind of jumped in on this probably may have experienced a little bit of a wonkiness to this onboarding process, but that's part of the process. It's always iterate and improve, right? And so, yeah, I'm excited to share this with you guys. This is what we call Funnel Pilot. It's a total business solution, taking your business to new heights. I got to figure out how to change the slide here. So what is it? This is a customized buyer and seller lead generation system powered by Lofty, an enterprise version of Lofty that we have created that comes with your own custom personal website, along with the training from NAEA that we've done for years and the value propositions, which are now more important than ever. All of that wrapped into one, along with coaching, support, and everything we can do to help you with your business. That's really been my focus since we joined EXP, is to provide done-for-you solutions around the entire business of real estate, mainly around lead generation. I think that's the biggest challenge that most agents have. Training is another issue, I think, as well as, having that all in one system, right? The biggest, when I, over the years of coaching thousands of agents, I find that, implementation is always a challenge, not having systems and processes, not having everything living in one place, not having multiple streams of income coming into your business. Not having a strategy that you feel confident in why you're doing what you're doing. So you stop doing things and move into other things. And then not having the support and the coaching and training. When we coached agents for years and years and years to, thousands of transactions, some of them, more deals than I ever did. And we stopped really doing the coaching. John does coaching, one-on-one coaching. And we've been looking at how do we like help agents with work, because everybody's at a different place. But how do we help you systematically go from here to here? And this is kind of really geared towards agents that are trying to break through to 50, 60 transactions. I think that's probably, a lot of agents that maybe get to that level might need to come right back to this, but it's really kind of geared on getting you to that level. And there's no question that we can help you do that. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that here today. And so, when we joined EXP, our goal was to leverage, the tools, systems, trainings, all the things that we had built to help other agents build $1 million businesses, add back to that network here, of people that join us at EXP, and just make a bigger impact on more agents' lives. That was the belief we had when we joined EXP almost 7 years ago now. And it's been true, right? So, our vision in 2016 was to have 2,000 partners, and across the United States. We're at almost 10,000 agents within our network here at EXP. And I'm just excited to be more hands-on with teaching the things that I know that work, and really going back and breaking down the principles and teaching those principles, and then helping with the implementation, because I think that's the part that most people struggle with, is implementation. So how do we do this at scale has been the challenge, right? Like, how do we create a system where we can do this for 10,000 people? And, our philosophy has always been is like, it's really not hard to double your business if you're doing the right things in the right order. And so we're going to address making sure we're doing the right things in the right order. It starts with having a value proposition. Either you have a reason why people should do business with you that you can communicate, or you don't. And then we want to focus on doing the lowest cost, highest return on your time, highest return on your investment, and the things that create the most predictable success the fastest, right? What I find is in all these conversations, whether it's an agent attraction call or a recruiting call, three-way call, or just somebody that jumps on my calendar that wants some help with something, the biggest challenge is predictability and consistency in the business. And it certainly is right now. And over the years, we've just built things that consistently work. I mean, when you have, Jay Abraham used to teach a thing called the Power Parthenon. And he explained that most people, and I would say most agents in this scenario, have one, really solid pillar maybe that their business comes from. If you're lucky, maybe two, but they don't have multiple pillars, thinking of a Parthenon like in Greece. Whereas if something happens to one, the whole building doesn't come toppling down. And that's the reason I was able to build a super successful business that, sustained years, decades, was because I had multiple pillars of where my business came from, and all the activities that I was doing was feeding those pillars and always driving business to me. So when the market went up or down, I wasn't impacted greatly. It wasn't oh my God, there's no closings this month. And in order to do that, you got to learn a lot. So What happens is as you're building your business, and this is the 8 stages of business. We created this years and years ago. And, really kind of, it doesn't matter who I get in front of. Like if I get in an audience of agents, 75 to 80% of them are going to be in levels 1, 2, or 3, under 50 transactions. And when you break through to another level in your business, you're actually you're encountering a new problem, right? It's unfortunate, but it's a better problem than your last problem usually. And that's the benefit of it. But this little document really kind of identifies like where you're at, what the biggest problem is, what needs to be implemented. And if you're in stages 1, 2, or 3, meaning you're doing less than 50 transactions a year, I can guarantee you don't have enough leads. Like if you had, there's nobody that comes to me at this level in the history of me being in real estate and saying, man, I've got too many leads. That's my biggest problem. So if you understand that philosophy of, man, if you were just generating more opportunities, more at-bats, then you're going to grow your business. Like, sure, we can work on the training of what to say, how to say it. Value proposition is a big part of that. That's why it's included in this. But if you had more quality opportunities coming from more places, you are more than likely going to sell more homes unless you're just not doing something right. And we can usually help with whatever that might be and identify that and fix it. But generally speaking, I think most agents struggle with lead generation. They struggle with quality leads. They struggle with spending way too much on leads. And we're going to solve all that for everybody here. And so kind of the core 4 we're going to talk about today: value proposition, lead generation, systems and processes, coaching and accountability. With that, I think I can help anybody be successful. And what makes this different? We have, extensive, operational experience in helping every agent at any stage of the business break through to the next level. And also have spent a lot of money in marketing over the years and have a lot of skills around marketing that, most agents really just don't know, haven't been taught. You haven't gone to, you read enough books or whatever it may be, had enough mentors, or maybe spent enough money and lost money and then had to figure it out. Right. And so, and that's, my belief is that you should be in control of your business. I don't like referrals from agent. I'm not a fan of agent to agent referrals. Not a bad thing, but I don't want to be dependent on it because I can't control it. I'm not a fan of the company generating me business and giving it to me at a discount, a 50% referral fee, whatever the hell they charge now. Not a fan of that. Why? Because I'm not in control of it. And I'm not a fan of Zillow or Realtor.com or any of that other crap either, because guess what? They can change everything tomorrow, and they've proven that they're willing to do that. And they also charge too much money. So if we can just become better marketers, then you're in control of the business. So what we're going to talk about today is how actually we're going to custom build your lead generation and follow-up system for you in a lofty platform, and using the follow-up systems that have been proven to work over the years. And then I'm going to also show you, and I haven't got this into the slides yet, but we're going to show you how to identify and generate inbound business from these leads. Over time, as you build a database of leads, there's tons of value in that database. And if you don't have a database and you're not using a database every day and everything's not centered around your communication coming from your database, how are you staying in front of your past clients? How many systems do you currently have in place right now that are generating you opportunities or deals that you're closing on a monthly basis? How many of you have more than one system? How many of you have more than 2 systems? How many of you have more than 3 systems? So like if we can build these systems around your business that are automated and that are automatically happening, your business will never have these ups and downs, this roller coaster that we typically have. And we're going to show you how to integrate this funnel pilot system program powered by Lofty to generate better quality, more and better quality buyer and seller leads over a period of time. Okay, this isn't a switch the button on and boom, it's all done. Everything we're going to talk about today is done. We're going to coach you through this over the course of time, and that course of time is going to be forever. We're going to forever coach you. So that's what I'm probably the most excited about, is really building a network of agents within our network here that are sticking with us and letting us help them with the problems they encounter along the way and implementing the multiple pillars of business. And so we're also going to show you how to convert more of these leads, leveraging automation, AI, and the proven systems that have worked for years. How to build your brand, leverage social media, and create inbound calls from YouTube, and creating content and money magnets that turn what's considered what we consider a lead into an engaged lead, so we know that this is somebody who's interested in doing business with you. How to use done for you value propositions to protect your commissions in the light of this NAR settlement. We still don't know how this is going to shake out, guys. I can just tell you that if you're not able to articulate your value proposition, I've been saying it since 2012, you're at risk of becoming irrelevant. And so the certifications, the positioning of being a certified home selling advisor, being a certified home buying advisor, being able to articulate that is critical. It's no longer a nice to have, it's a must. Like, we used to be able to just get business because we can make people like us in real estate. That's no longer the case. And fortunately for everybody on here, you have access to all that stuff here, just being in Honey Badger Nation, regardless of Funnel Pilot. We're going to show you how to zero cost your lead generation so you have an unlimited marketing budget. One of the things that we helped agents do for years and years and years is implement their own transaction fee, implement a vendor program, and get all of your expenses for your marketing offset, just with those two things. And so helping you do the right things in the right order is going to be, we've been able to do this through coaching. Even when you were paying us for coaching, $1,500 a month, coaching never cost you anything because we implement things that generate money now early, so that it's not an expense for you. You can offset that. And so we're going to follow that logic with this as well. And I'm going to show you today the one lead generation campaign that generates the best quality buyers and sellers that are generally happy to pay your commission in this scenario for sure, especially with what's coming with NAR. I think this is the best probably angle to take in terms of making sure you're getting paid. And then we're going to show you how we're going to personally coach you, train you, and support you throughout this whole process, and generate listing leads, train you on getting listings, and build your personal brand to attract versus chase. I hate chasing business. I did it for years. There's a place for it in the business, and we'll talk through that. And there's ways that you can do that. So, like, if you're on a slim budget, there's going to be things we'll be able to help you with that. And we're going to do all of this for a measly $97 a month. So I'm going to explain why that is, and why we're able to do that. And it's going to include your whole Lofty platform, everything. All this is all included. So I'm pretty stoked to be releasing this. Obviously, why is this important now? Like, if you don't have a proven marketing system, then you're not in control of your business. Like I talked about a minute ago, sphere of influence and referral business is great, but it's not predictable. It's not consistent. So we want to maximize that. We want a system for making sure we're staying in front of our past clients, our sphere of influence, and engaging people into wanting to do business with us, send us referrals. That's going to be something we're going to teach as well. But as you know, it's not very predictable, right? If you're paying lead providers like Zillow, or Realtor.com, or many of these other people that sell these platforms and programs and all this stuff, it's generally all crap, and you're probably paying way too much money. So I'm going to free up some cost on your credit card, some room on your credit card statement as well with this. And, again, I mentioned with the NAR settlement, this is super important right now. So who's this for, guys? If you're sick of chasing and you want to start attracting, if your business isn't predictable and consistent, you would like for it to be, if you're tired of overpaying for a company, for leads, and you want proven systems and processes, and if you're coachable, man, if you're not coachable, just hop off, man, because I can't help you if you're not coachable. These things that we're going to teach you and we're going to help you implement, if you do what we ask for you to do, you're going to get the results. And so, just be coachable. It's way easier when you're coachable. So why do most agents struggle with lead generation? A lot of times it's the money. You've been burned before, right? You've spent some money, it didn't work, didn't get the results. And a lot of times that's because of not actually having real clear understanding of what you should have expected in terms of when you were going to start seeing results. Lack of having a proven system, right? If there's no proven system, there's no automation, there's no process that's being implemented, that's being executed on, that will absolutely kill lead generation. It'll kill the results. Not following principles of marketing or not understanding the principles of marketing, big time. Huge one is tech overwhelm. If I get tech overwhelm, I hate technology. Just don't like it. Like, I'm literally still to this day, I'm writing shit down on colored pieces of paper. This is how I like to operate. For me, I like to have it in my hands. It's a control thing probably, but I still use technology, right? Like, I still have systems and processes that execute on things. That's how you guys all ended up here on a webinar. And so this is an example of an agent that sent us a text. It's been probably 18 months ago when we really started focusing on agent attraction. By the way, all of this that we're going to talk about today is going to be where you send everybody that you are looking to attract to come partner with you at EXP. What I've found over the last 7 years of attracting agents is that especially more so now than ever. The agents believe they know what EXP is, but they don't know what partnering with all of us is. And that's why we use an approach where we're inviting people to something to help them grow their business. This webinar, you can share with them. That's the phase 2 of this process. And get them interested in, hey, listen, you could pay us a whole lot of money and we'll do all this for you. Or you come over here at EXP and only pay $97. You get your platform, everything all set up, done for you, ads built, and we coach you forever. Okay. So that's the holy grail of this, right? So that's my main focus of making sure if I can help you be more successful and you create a success story, then I can do it for everybody else that you bring over, then we should just be able to bring over everybody, right? And so we all know that everybody should already be here, but they're not. So we just got to keep adding value, baby. That's what we do. And so tech overwhelm is a big piece of it. And then just fear, like, man, you don't know what you don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. That's a lot of the reason. But this is just a great story. It was a text message that was sent to Braden. The kid's he's probably graduated now because this was last year, but he was a senior full-time student at Ohio State University. And I love reading these text messages because this is how kids talk today. He's like, hey, the Facebook leads paying off, bro. Not even like, it's not even a complete sentence. Just inked a $355K buy side and signed their $300K listing. How much volume is that for? Braden always likes to know the stats from those ads. ? Closing under contract 1.3 million plus the 655, 2 from today. So about 2 million, laugh out loud. I think that's a decent return on investment. Probably spend about $500 or $600 on my ads. This is what and the reason I share that particular text is because like this kid has every reason in the world for this not to work, right? He's a full-time student. He's in class all the time. And he told me one day when we were talking about it, just when he was really first getting started, and he's like, dude, if I get a lead, dude, I'll step out of class right then and I'll call that lead. And I was like, that's the mindset you have to have. And so he followed the process, did everything we had to do, got great results. And so this is, if this isn't what your business feels like, that's all I want for you. Like, that's all I want for you. I want you to have a business that feels like this. Like, man, dude, this is freaking working so well. It's crazy, right? And it can happen, and it should happen for you, and it will happen for you because I'm going to make sure it does. If you don't know who I am, I'm the crazy lunatic that, kind of co-founded this Honey Badger Nation. Also co-founded the National Association of Expert Advisors. I used to sell 500 plus homes a year, coached thousands of agents to build big businesses, yada, yada, yada. Marketing campaigns. I've spent 80 million in marketing over the years. It's the reason that I am successful is because I understand marketing, period. That's it. The only reason. I would never be here. I would never be successful at EXP if I didn't understand marketing. I'm going to teach you guys this stuff, but I'm going to also help you implement it because I think that's where most people get stuck. And this is important to understand. There's only 2 paths to more profits in real estate. One is prospecting, making calls, cold calls, make cold call. That's one way you can do it. Not my favorite way. Or turning advertising into profit. Understanding all the ways that you could lead generate more at-bats, more people that are engaged in potentially buying or selling and then converting those leads to deals. That's the 2 ways to do it. No other way to do it. So, the problem with prospecting, you really have to be highly skilled at sales in order to prospect successfully. Not saying you shouldn't do it, not saying you shouldn't become highly skilled at sales, but that's a challenge in and of itself, and it's a time, a process you have to go through. And we're going to train you on that. That's going to be included in this. I want you to be unbelievable on the phone and be able to convert any buyer, any seller in any situation. And by the way, if I was people, I used to get this question asked a lot. Like, if you parachuted into a new market, what would you do? Now, well, the good news is I've had enough sales training and I've been on enough deals, phone calls, made enough dials, had enough face-to-face appointments that you could drop me into any marketplace and I would lead generate and I would close deals. Like instantly, I would start closing deals. What would I do? I'd probably start with FizzBuild and Expire because I think today I would want sellers. I'd probably start running some ads. If I was broke, the only thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't knock doors because I think that we can lead generate and create opportunities much faster than it takes to go door to door. That's just my mindset is like, that's not efficient. I'm going to do the minimum effective dose, whatever's going to get me the results the fastest with the least amount of effort. And that seems like more effort, but anyways, it's erratic. You got to deal with all these no's. It requires incredible persistence. And by the way, I don't think people like getting cold calls. I get calls all the time and it says spam risk and I never answer them. I'm sure you do too. So it's not a great way to create a relationship with someone is by calling them when they didn't want to be called. It's not the best real estate agent that wins. And I want you to write this one down, because once you get this, this is like the beginning of you becoming a different version of yourself. And, we all know real estate agents in our marketplace that sell more houses than we do, and they're not better real estate agents. They're not better real estate agents. It's the best marketer that wins. Generally speaking, they've learned something about marketing you just haven't learned yet. And so you'll never have control of your business until you master lead generation. If you don't have enough leads, you will never make more sales, period. So if you've bought into this, right? Like, I have people all the time that comment on my ads and stuff, and they're like, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's not, leads aren't even, you don't need leads. Okay, I don't know who these people are, but they definitely don't need to be telling you what to do, because they're stupid. Like, there's a lot of stupid people out there. I don't think anybody in here disagrees with me on this, but some people do. So hopefully, if you don't think more opportunities is going to be how you're going to sell more houses, you call me offline and coach me up on and explain to me how that would work. I don't know. So the secret to my success and everything I've ever done, literally, is modeling someone else's success, doing what someone else did that got proven results. And, I think mentorship and what I've learned in having lots of mentors and coaches over the years is that I want somebody who has not just done what I'm trying to do, but has a track record of helping other people do it too. That means they had some systems of how they helped other people. And this system is the system we're going to give you. So that's the secret to success, is just assume you know nothing, follow the process. So again, I want you to imagine waking up every day with buyers and sellers that are looking to buy and sell with you, happy to work with you, open to having a conversation. These are just examples. And this started, like I said, about maybe 18 months ago, maybe even a little bit longer than that. And Braden was just helping agents in Honey Badger Nation, kind of one-off, right? Because it doesn't scale. He can't do it for 10,000 people. So every once in a while you get on, let me help you out, build your ads, I'll do it for you. And then he got so busy that he was so busy I couldn't offer to do it for free anymore, because there was no more of his time and there was no more Braden's. And these are the text messages of people. And some of you guys might even be on here today that have been doing this for a long, long time. It's like, another offer accepted, another Braden special. Let's go. How much is that in total volume out under contract? 3.475 million in less than 3 months. So again, just having success. And I started paying attention to this when I started seeing all Braden's stories on Instagram. We didn't have a real vision around leveraging it. I always wanted to. I just didn't, I hadn't seen anything work this well in a long time. And so Miguel Escobedo, bro, these leads are fire. It's like, I laugh out loud. How many are you working? Got 3 in the pipeline, all above 600K, looking for new builds right now. 1 is a list and a buy, bro, right? Like, you can tell the excitement in his voice, like in his text, right? Like, he's so excited, like, we got some oil well that's squirting oil everywhere. Like, this is amazing. Nikki Gregory Cook, one of my longtime friends here with us at EXP, she's in Amarillo. We ran the new construction ad for her and got our first new build deal off the ad. The builder who let us use the photo of his house is completely blown away because of how many people have been contacting him, showing him the ad. And he wants us to go out and this weekend and get together about the development he's about to start. So that's creating other opportunities just by following this process. So this strategy has a multi-tiered benefit to it. You saw people getting listings and buys from it. All of this is kind of methodical. Is the reason why we're choosing it. Leilani Rosenblatt, brand new agent. I don't think she'd sold anything in 12 months. And within a few months, she closed her first transaction. And she sent us a copy of the check on her own. We didn't ask her to do that. But again, after today, no more paying expensive lead providers like Zillow and overpriced crappy lead generation and zip codes you probably don't even want. No more depending on agent and broker referrals, taking 30-40% of your commissions is the way you're going to earn a living. No more worrying about where your next deal is going to come from. Having a pipeline of people that you feel really good about that are going to be doing business with you is the goal. And, no more mind-numbing cold calls and getting hung up on and people pissed off. It just doesn't seem the way to do it. And then on top of that, no more brain damage when it comes to technology. We're going to do our best to make sure that we get everything implemented for you so that you don't have to go through that process of figuring all that stuff out along the way. And, this is the thing to understand about marketing. And, it's over years of studying it and, reading lots of books and spending a lot of money and then spending that same money and getting 10x results from the same thing. We just learned that, you can change the headline. In fact, Jay Abraham states, actually it comes from Ogilvy, I think, was originally the person that says that 80% of your ad's success is in the headline. So 80% of the results is going to be based upon the headline we choose. You can increase results by up to 2,100% just by changing a headline in an ad. We can improve the offer that's being made and increase it by 1,000%. I can change how you're positioned in that and then increase it by 400%. We can add automation to the back end of that, increase it by 1,500%. We can increase your response time through automation, through AI, through you just calling the leads faster, increase it by 1,200%. What you're saying on the phone, the very first thing, how you're trained on what to say, how you ask questions, increase it by 800%. When you take all of these things and you optimize everything in a funnel, the end result is throughput, right? The goal is not just generate a lead, get people through the funnel all the way through to a closed transaction. How do we get more deals through the marketing funnel to the sales opportunity? Is the magic that we do. If you let us do this stuff for you, you don't have to necessarily you need to understand it, but you don't have to know it. And little things that I'm going to teach you today that we're going to do for you, because I want you to understand it so that you know why. Because I think for most of us here, I need to know the principles behind something before I can actually really buy into it. I need to understand the reason why, right? And so first we do the math, and I just want to do this with everybody because I think some folks are afraid to spend money, or maybe they're fearful they're going to lose it. But after this, you're never going to think that way, because this is the greatest return on investment money-wise you can spend is on growing your business and generating leads. But cash conversion cycle, how much is the investment? When will it be paid back? When will I close my first deal? This is why we're focusing on this funnel first, because I want you to close a deal 60 days or less. Like, if I get you to close a deal in 60 days or less, you're going to keep doing this forever, period, right? What's that return on investment, which is insane, and it doesn't cost you anything if we can help you build a process where you're getting someone else to pay for it. So we're trying to help with all those things. Why do you invest in your business? Look, I've invested in a lot of things. Living here in Puerto Rico, I get pitched every kind of deal under the sun you can imagine. Some good, some go to zero, some triple, quadruple. But most of the investment vehicles that are out there, very minimal returns. People are putting their money into CDs or into into different things, and they're getting an 8% return, a 1.5%, a 3.5% return. And that's I'm personally buying bought a $14.5 million apartment complex in downtown Fort Worth with a 5.3 return on investment. Now I understand why I bought that and why I'm investing in that. It's a little bit different. There's a little bit more to understand there, but that's the type of returns people put a lot of money into. And in real estate, it's way better. You're in a business where you can actually get a much, much greater return on investment for investing in your business. An average sale price is just like $9,000. If we can just close 3 deals a month from lead generation and generating leads, that's $27,000 a month. How much is that worth to you? How much would you be willing to trade today for $27,000 in 60 days and then $27,000 a month every single month for as long as you're in real estate? I don't know what the number should be for you, but I would think that you would be really happy to pay that. I know you would, because you probably would pay a 30 or 40% referral on that money for sure. But that's the way you have to think about the business. You got to invest in your business if you want to see the results. And so, if you just assuming one sale, it's a 12,000% annual return on investment. So that's just including 1 month. So that's 3 deals, $27,000 a month. If you invest $300, that's a 12,000% annual return. I would say if you're not investing in your business, you're missing the biggest opportunity for you to generate wealth for yourself, period. It's how I did it. And so super important to understand that. You have to buy into that. You have to buy into it. You can't do it without, maybe you can, but it's way harder. So marketing strategy, let me just teach you why and how this marketing works, why it's different, why we get different results than what everything else that you've ever tried. It starts with the message to market match, and it starts by understanding your target market. Your target market is the geographic, we call it the sandbox. What area are we targeting? Who do you, and think about, who do you love working with? Do you like first-time home buyers? Do you like move up, luxury, golf course? Like, is there a particular clientele that you really like? Because we can customize things around these different things, talking to your specific customer. Once we know who it is specifically, that one person that you're talking to, the marketing speaks to them and they go, oh, this is for me, right? Who can you relate to the most? Who could you add the most value to? What is their background, demographics, their interests, their goals, their fears? And then once we've identified who we're trying to talk to, then it's the right message to that market. We're not trying to talk to everybody. We're not trying to be everything to everyone. That doesn't generate a quality lead. That generates a bunch of mess. So the right message, what's the conversation going on at the client's dinner table? What are their fears, concerns, hopes, desires? How can we help align what's going on in their head to creating something of value for them that would make them want to engage with an ad or engage with a follow-up sequence? Direct response versus branding. Direct response is what we do. It's the best way to do marketing. You might get some benefit from branding, but that's not the goal. Direct response is a marketing strategy that aims to generate an immediate response to generate new leads quickly. We want to get people to engage. Understanding what a lead is. Most people, what is a lead? Does anybody have a definition of a lead? I think most people don't really truly know what a lead is. Well, anybody that you could contact is a potential lead, but somebody who engages is a qualified lead, right? Or is it a potential, really a qualified contact? Maybe not they're qualified to buy or sell, but if they're engaging with content you're putting out there about buying or selling, then they're a lead, right? And so with direct response marketing, we have to have an offer. We're making an offer. What's your offer? It needs to have a reason to respond now. You have to tell them exactly what to do. This is important. We learned this years ago when there was no internet. And I was actually around for some of that. They used to send out these catalogs, and these catalogs that they would mail, they were mail order catalogs, and that's how these marketers would make millions and millions of dollars by writing these mail order catalogs. And one of the things that they had to do at the end of these, and this was Gary Halbert was one of the guys that kind of really nailed this for this industry and made millions and millions of dollars doing it as a copywriter. But at the end, you had to tell them, tear off the end of this coupon, go get an envelope, put a stamp in your mouth and lick it, stick it on the envelope, put the check into the envelope, walk it out to the mailbox, and put the flag up on the mailbox. Like, you had to tell them exactly what to do. If you don't tell people what to do, they just don't do it, right? And so, I think little things like that are things that you don't really think about, but it could be all the difference in whether somebody clicks on a button or doesn't, right? Tracking and accountability. You got to know the numbers. If you don't know how many people respond to an ad, you don't know if it's converting well or it's not converting well. So only no cost branding, as I mentioned, follow up, strong copy, and results rule. Only thing that matters is, are we getting the results? So right message to market example. I'm just going to show you a couple examples. These are all very similar and nothing too crazy here in terms of all the things we could do, because I'm not trying to create a bunch of new ideas for you. I'm trying to just show you principally how we could do this better. Okay. So, this is a just listed homes in Frisco. It targets buyers that feel like they've seen everything on the market. That was me for 2 years. I was looking at the new stuff as it would pop on the market. So these just listed homes in Frisco must sell ASAP. Check out the list of available homes by tapping the Learn More button. Again, above the fold, tell them what to do. Just listed homes. For me, that's a trigger because I don't want to see. I've seen everything that's out there. Oh, this is new listings. Okay, I'm further along in the process. I'm looking for something specific, better quality lead. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Throw it in the chat if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I'll say it again here. So here's another example. Just sold, targeting potential sellers wanting to know what their home's value is. Okay, so your core offer, just so you know, your core offer is representation. Representation on the buy, representation on the sell. It's not a very good offer because everybody that has a real estate license can make the same offer. So we have to identify what is the way that we can generate a lead of somebody who might consider our core offer, and how do we put that into the marketplace? So this one, 1806 Evening Star in Frisco, Texas, is just sold. Your home's value has been affected by this sell. Get a new updated home value estimate by clicking the Learn More button. So again, now that your home's value has been affected, that's more targeted to someone who might be thinking of selling. So again, creates a little better quality lead. Speaking, we're not just, if you ran I can tell you this was what won't work. If you ran an ad, a core offer, representing buyers that want to buy houses in Frisco, Texas, that's a really terrible offer, right? So if we can improve the offer, we can improve the number of people that click, we can get more people into a funnel, and then we can start to figure out of those people who are the real people that we can actually do business with. You guys tracking with this, right? Let me know. I see nothing in the chat. You guys, are y'all asleep? I'm excited over here. Don't tell me my internet went out. I'm gonna wait. Oh, maybe I'm not updated. Okay. All right. Okay. I see. I was scrolled up at the top, but I didn't see those comments. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. So once again, message to market match, right? We're trying to speak to that one person that's in that very place, right? So this is the new construction funnel. This is the one we're going to start with because it is getting the best results hands down. Unless you have no new construction anywhere in your market, this is what I would tell you to do. Targeting buyers that know they want new construction in Frisco. These new construction homes in Frisco must sell ASAP. Check out the list of available homes by tapping the Learn More button. Again, new construction, it indicates that somebody's interested in new construction. They know they want to live in Frisco. That's more specific than just running a free list of homes ad. Okay, and it's working great. And I love new construction because it also many times they have a home to sell. If you know to ask that question, you're going to find listings out of this. In fact, most of the top agents in the country, including myself, over the years have gotten more listing opportunities from the buyer leads that we generate than any other source. In the last couple of years, that's been the case too. So another one here, this is price reduced, get a free list of homes that have reduced their price and motivated to sell. This is for that person that's still pissed off about interest rates. They want to get a deal. They want to feel like they're not getting hosed because they've been maybe looking at houses and didn't pull the trigger. Again, message to market match. And again, this next piece is important. I want you to think about things that you've done in the past and where maybe this didn't happen in your marketing so you can understand why maybe it didn't work, okay? So promise made, promise kept. If you make a promise in an ad and then you deliver on that promise, what does it build? Anybody want to guess? I know Wes knows the answer. I know most of you probably know the answer because I've said it a million times. Trust. It builds trust. If you run an ad and tell them to get a free list of homes or click on this link, and then they click on that link, and then you're asking for their contact information, and you don't give them the list of homes, and you call them, what do you think that does? It destroys trust, right? You're destroying trust. You're actually doing damage to your brand by running an ad like that, taking them off a page, trying to get them to another, to an opt-in. I'll talk about that in a minute. Doesn't work well. So we have to have a system. If we're going to run an ad like this, we have to have a system where the IDX is going to deliver immediately on the promise. This is called a lead ad in Facebook. And what happens is when they click on that, it's going to use Facebook's information for how they set up their account. Most people's information in Facebook is correct, right? You don't make up an email to set up some people, maybe, I don't know. The same people that probably don't have a picture as their profile photo, but that are creeping on all my ads and talking shit all the time. That would be the exception maybe. But for the most part, you're going to have good information, right? So if you take somebody off of Facebook to a page to try to convert it, which a lot of these services that do that, you're going to lose a lot of people because Facebook's not going to give you any kind of preferential treatment for running people off of Facebook. So you're going to pay more there, and then your conversion is going to be way lower on that page than what it is when somebody just has to click next. They don't even have to enter in any information. So that one little thing, I can drive your lead costs in half. Like that, just one little thing from what most people do is going to get better results. They land on a page that has that marketplace with everything new construction right then and there. Now they're happy as they can be. You made a promise, you delivered on the promise. That's an important piece. You can't skip that step. So this is just an example, of some of the pages. You're going to get a custom full-blown agent website. So just so you know, I negotiated this into the deal. It was important. Two things I negotiated. You'd have to pay for more AI. You may still have to pay some incremental cost for AI because they can't tell me how much it's going to cost because they don't even know how much it's going to cost. But I've got AI included in this. I've got the agent-facing website. The version that EXP offers does not have those things. I got those things included in this as well. So, you're not having to pay extra for all that. So I'm trying to make sure this thing works for you and it's very affordable. So that's a bonus there. But this is kind of what it looks like in terms of when they click on it, as they go through it on their phone, it's automatically putting their information in, click, boom, they're right there in a couple clicks, looking at what the promise is. And I already showed that slide. So automation and follow-up, what's the number one metric that impacts the conversion of leads? The number one metric. Does anybody know what it is? Response time. That's right. So if we have automations, if we have AI that's doing it automatically, then that's going to help. But if you call your leads back in the first just this one thing, if you call leads back in the first 5 minutes versus the first 30 minutes, this is an MIT study that I've shared for 2 decades now. It increases your odds of making contact with that person by 106 times, I think is the actual number. And you have the odds of qualifying that person 21x. Do you want to just be more efficient or do you want to be less efficient? Call your leads back right when you get the lead. If you can, Like, it's going to make a huge difference. And I know the people that do it because I see it in their results. So, this is just, again, be committed to the process. Don't try to buck the process. Automation and follow-up. What percentage of leads never get followed up with? Last I heard, 67% of leads never get a phone call. I don't know what people are doing if you're not calling your leads, but that's a terrible strategy. Automation and follow-up. Automation done right helps qualify the lead. The AI in Lofty is better. We used to use KV Core. We like Lofty better because of the AI. It's out there doing the things that we would like for you to do, but sometimes it's hard to do. And it helps, to flush out the opportunities. Getting a text message that, hey, this person just replied to the automated text allows you to jump in right then and there when that happens and start working them. Whereas you may have missed that lead, or maybe you didn't hit them at the right time. The AI is doing that for you and they do it, and it does it based upon behavioral things that are happening that indicates that this might be a good time to send a text to them, right? So you think about this, over 100 leads in over 3 months, you got 300, 400, 500, 600 leads in your database, and somebody does something behaviorally within the database, and the AI is engaging with them and they engage back. There's a really good chance that you're not going to be, 10 screens up watching them all. Like, okay, all right, which one am I? Oh, I'm going to send them a text. Like, that is inefficient as all get out. So, like, this is going to help you with identifying and getting a higher conversion rate. We're seeing 30% better conversion rates with just that one thing. So, again, imagine tomorrow waking up and knowing exactly where your next deals are coming from, having great conversations with people that are looking to buy and sell. That's what we're going for with this. This is just some examples. I can't promise you I don't know where these lead costs were, but this is something that we have encountered. We've been able to hit it out of the park with lead cost. Generally speaking, it's $3 to $5 a lead. That's usually way better. They're better quality. But at the end of the day, you need a system for this. But 47 cents a lead, 73 cents a lead, $1.83 a lead. I can go through all these. There's Sharon. Sharon's on here. What's up, Sharon? 51 leads at 246. This is the very beginning. I had one under contract in the first 15 days. And in fact, I think Sharon, you might even throw it in the chat, but like, you closed it. I don't know how many deals you closed, but it was something crazy like the first 30 days, and then you turned it off, or you went, you were doing something else, and then you came back to it, did it again, and then like same thing happened again. It's like crazy results, from the lead generation and happening really quickly, which is always like, I think everybody wants that, right? You'd like to know in the next 30 days, I'm just going to close 3 deals from this thing I just started, right? This is a brand new agent doing $3 million in volume in the first 2 months. How's that sound? Pretty good. If you're brand new, that's really good, I think. Another brand new agent, 26 leads, $2.78 a lead in the first week. Mary Hayward, she's crushed it with this as well. I might have got those 2 stories mixed up. It might have been Mary. One of the 2 of these crushed it out of the gate. So this one here, VA buyer off the ad this morning, 350 to 500 max, getting pre-approved. This is Randy Fuzz, 32 leads in 2 days. 2 days, 32 leads. Man, you got something to do. At least you ain't bored if you got that many leads coming in. Again, getting results after results after results. This is Derek Reagan. Let's get it going. First lead came through day 1, 465,000 pre-approved, ready to buy now. I didn't make this stuff up. These are all text messages people send Braden. This one here, this is Devin, saying happy birthday. We got a listing out of the leads and a buyer. And we're going to close in May. She's also buying a $275,000 house. Killing it with the leads. I have at least 12 that are interacting and setting up on searches. That's in the first month. Do you have an opening today? She was wanting to set up more and turn up the volume. This is one of my favorite ones, Devin Pennington. This one is, oh my God, someone replied hello today. So I called them and they were so sweet on the phone, told me what they were looking for, and I'll send them some listings. These ads actually work. Right? If you've been talking to people that don't want to talk to you, that's a way better text message to get. You just want to talk to the people. You're always like, we're looking for people that are looking for us, guys. We're looking for people that want our help. That's it. If you don't want my help, I don't want to help you. Like, I'm not going to try to force people to do business with me, but if I can help you and you're looking for help, I want to know who those people are. There's Farrah's on here as well. 94 cents a lead, working 4 buyers with showing scheduled. Andrew Askins, this is another one. This is actually a kind of an example, and I haven't got the best probably example of this up yet, but as we put this in here, we're setting up your account within our HubSpot, which is an insanely expensive tool that we've underutilized for years. We're going to be able to monitor your lead costs and set up alerts when we see things that are not normal. So we're not just going to run your ads and you're off on your own. We're going to monitor them and let you know, hey, we need to look at this. Maybe we need to change something. Along with, you can obviously reach out to us and tell us if you feel that way. And we'll change stuff, but we're going to monitor it as well, so nothing gets out of whack for period of time that it shouldn't. So you're not wasting money that you shouldn't. So that's examples of that inside of our HubSpot, as we're going to be able to see everything that's going on. So if you'd like for us to implement a customized ad strategy for you and a whole lot more, I'd love to do it. So basically how it works, we're going to start with getting your Lofty account set up. Then we're going to get you kind of the information we need from you for setting up the ads, that strategy. We've got that in an automated fashion. What we have found is that real estate agents, as we all know, as I know, because I are one, we suck at following systems and processes and doing what we're told. So we're might be modifying some of this along the way, but there's some of this we're going to hold your hand through. Setting up your Lofty account, we're holding your hand through that whole setup. Watch the funnel pilot videos, get us the information. We're going to build your ads. If you haven't been trained, you haven't gone through CHSA, CHBA, you should do that next. And then the next phase of this is going to be us helping you to understand once somebody, this is super important. Okay. I want you guys to all hear this. Okay. If somebody clicked on an ad, this new construction in Frisco, then we got a pretty good lead because they clicked on an ad that was new construction in Frisco, probably interested in new construction in Frisco, right? So I would say that's a little bit of a qualifier, right? We got them they engaged with the ad. Now, how do we find the ones out of that are serious and want to work with us? How do we get them to accept our offer of us representing them? Well, you do it by putting out good content, or what we call money magnets. And so we're going to help you with the strategy of making sure you're putting things out there that are consumable from you, that is in alignment with what they clicked on in the first place. If we're going to build 3 different pillars like this, and they were getting content all the time that was related to exactly what they were looking for in the first place, and it helps them solve a problem, but not the big problem, which is actually making the purchase, you're going to get inbound people coming to you saying, man, I've been watching all your videos. They've been really great. I'd like to, have you show us the property, or I'd like you to come list my house. This is the holy grail of like going a mile deep instead of an inch wide, an inch deep and a mile wide. And so that's, over the course of time, we're going to help you with implementing each of these steps, and this training is already created, but we're going to be talking about this through topic calls every month. I'm going to be involved in that as well. I kind of committed to that today. That's kind of new. I'm going to continue to add more to this, just because I want to make sure that I'm teaching you everything I can teach you so that you're getting results from multiple different channels. Same thing on the sell side. Then we're gonna dial in the seller lead generation piece next. And then it's going to be really understanding like your overall strategy for communication through social media, through your database. What content are you putting out consistently, positioning you as the expert? How are you managing your database in terms of referrals? What systems do you have in place for generating those referrals? I'm going to give you lots of ideas on ways to do it bigger and better. And most of this stuff is going to be either something we can just implement it for you. There's not as much that has to be done, but some of it you're going to have to do some implementation. Just, I can't shoot the video for you.
Thank you for watching our webinar today. Get on my calendar, dansleadsclass.com/call. No cost, no obligation. I'll answer any questions you have. I'll do my best to try to help you with the real estate business. I'll meet you where you're at in your business. I've probably been there. And if not, then I'm in business partnerships with the right guys and ladies that can help you with your business. If I can't help you, I'll direct you to someone that can. We have a no-cost version. We have a paid version where we help agents to grow their real estate business. And if you're anything like I was, just ready to make a change and try to figure out how in the heck can I get from where I'm at and where I want to be in real estate and I finally did that, and I'm super passionate about helping other agents to do the same, to live a life by strategy. But at first you have to just get through the struggle part. We can help you with that. And if you're already past that and you're trying to figure out how to have some time freedom, hop on a strategy call, no cost, no obligation, dansleadsclass.com/call. Or you can scan the QR code, pick a time that works best for you in your calendar. And no matter what you do, I wish you the best success and happiness and in your real estate journey and in life.